we're waiting.
Buy now or wait, or is it too late?
We'll find out soon.
Well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all? I hope you're all well. Happy Valentine's Day. It better bloody be in the air, because all we've got in the air right now is...
There's some pixels in the background that they're getting us, but...
I look like I've had the biggest tan ever. I look like I'm burnt. But here we are. James, thank you for joining me this evening.
Guys, good evening. Tonight we're talking a little bit about, have I left it too late to make my purchase, or is the timing still right? We all know what's happened in the last couple of years with the market. It went ballistic, and I think there's a little bit of a change in the sentiment at the moment that maybe the market's going to be dropping. Maybe the market's not in the same place as it was last year. A lot of people wondering if they might fetch the same results as they would have 6 months, 12 months, 18 months ago. From what we're seeing on the ground, Mr. Nathan Araya, it's not so much that the market's dropping. I think there's a bit of a misnomer with what the media are releasing at the moment, that where the market's in a bit of a decline. But actually, I don't think we're seeing that at all. From commercial perspective, we're running a couple of properties that we can see the strength in the market in the commercial domain at the moment. And then from the residential market, it's still as strong as we've seen, with lots of buyer demand still, and not a huge amount of stock. So there's a lot of stimulants in demand at the moment. So in a nutshell, I think we're seeing that the market's still pretty strong. Now, have I left it too late? Down around the corner, maybe next year, I think there will be some. Changes in lending restrictions.
What's this guy doing?
Just one more thing I want to ask. Michael Silich, who's to the right. Michael, Nath has a question for you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Hello,
Yes.
hello, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. What's your question?
Oh, sorry. Do you like my little bit?
I do.
Yeah,
I love it.
awesome.
I love it.
Based on the topic that we've got this evening,
Yes.
you've had a look at it.
What is it? Buy now or wait? Is it too late?
Do you reckon it's too late? What do you?
Too late. Too late for what?
Too late to buy. Now that we're in 2022, new market.
Okay.
Looking to buy in a residential.
So are we talking about investor here or owner occupier?
Ooh, okay, let's say an investor.
An investor. So why wouldn't you buy? Okay. Or why would you buy?
Yeah.
If I'm an investor, think of it this way. Bottom line is you're buying to make money and you're buying for an investment.
Yep.
So when you're buying property, obviously there's a lot of transaction costs in it. There's your stamp duty, your solicitor's fees, everything. It's an expensive thing to buy into.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing it, you're not doing it short term. You're buying property long term. If you're only buying for a year or so, you're putting yourself at high risk. So you're going to buy for at least 5, 10, 15 years normally. And if you're looking at that, it was a great analogy thrown around before.
Mm-hmm.
When you look back in the past when you bought a property, different microphone.
Different mic. This is more intense. It's more intense now.
When you look in the past and you said, okay, should I have bought in 2010, 2011? It doesn't really make a difference.
Yep.
So the bottom line is if the market's going to go up or down a little bit this year, I don't really think it matters. You buy now, you hold, you're still going to do well.
Excellent.
That's my answer to the question.
You for your
That's my
piece,
2 cents.
I'll let you take that.
Thank you. I won the raffle. Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, Mr. Michael Silich. He's a
What about Billy?
he is a property investor himself. He's got a good idea of what's going on in the marketplace from a sales perspective. And
Billy, who's a homeowner himself, at 18 years old, incredible.
Has this got a disease?
I have no idea.
Salami.
I have no idea what this is.
This is what?
It's just we're a deli. We're an agency and we're a deli as well.
Yeah, just don't put that too close to the face.
I'm trying not to. It's cold though.
Okay, all right.
I'll hold it for too long.
Yeah, this is an important topic. I think get in when you can, to be honest, because have we talked about interest rates yet?
No, I don't think we dabbled too deep into it. Let's look at that, because that's obviously one of the major factors behind all of this. It's not too close to your face, is it?
Without spoiling the show, interest rates, they are going to tighten. It's going to get harder for lending.
Yep.
if you can get into the market now, you'd be silly not to. It's only going to get harder for you.
Yep.
And if it doesn't get harder, it's going to get more expensive down the line.
Down the line, it's forecasting more expensive down the line. Thank you
That's
so
it.
much,
I'm signing
Mr.
off.
Drury. I'm signing off away from the salami.
Happy V-Day.
I think we've upset James.
Oh, James, don't get upset.
You know what I mean?
I think a little bit of fun.
It's okay. I'm
You lost your mojo.
I'm just really passionate about investing, and we're just talking.
I think
about
Mark's
all
very
this.
passionate about deli meats in all
Love
shapes and
love
forms.
a bit of a European touch.
Yeah.
Before I go, I just heard there's sectors of the marketplace that have not done well that I believe are still going to do well, guys. For example, commercial. We've been witnessing that with the deal lately. There's lots of fire in that.
Yeah.
Houses have done their run, and I think there's sectors in the marketplace that have had a really good run. I'm talking a phenomenal run, and I don't expect those sectors to continue to run.
No, well, we've talked about 30% growth in a year, which is
For a house, even 50%.
Yeah, and then units have been, some of them in certain areas have been hitting as much as 20% in a year, which is unparalleled to the past. So,
And the
I
gap
think,
between units went zoop, and houses went like that.
and it closed off a little bit, but we've seen that craziness, but we're seeing other parts of the market start to fire on. Retail, industrial, there's still a hell of a lot
Strata
more.
units.
Strata units.
I reckon houses sort of pulled back a touch. I don't like to admit it, but probably even went down 5%.
Yep.
Because it was just such an explosive 30-50%. And I reckon units haven't taken that hit. Units are just continuing to grow.
Yep.
And another market, guys, while we're talking about it, is the rental market residential. I
Yep.
think that has had no love for 10 years. And when people say buy or wait, if you want to analyze the markets that have not exploded. And I think there's room for those markets to go.
Yep.
Analyze the markets that have exploded. And I think they're going to be stagnant. But what we were saying before with customers that we're talking to at the moment is it's a 30. I had a client, Joe Kakamo, buying a house. He goes, Mark, do you reckon I should chill, wait for the prices to potentially go down? You reckon I should do a deal? And I said, buddy, when you look back in 20 years of owning the house for 20 years or 25 years or 30 years or 15 years, are you going to remember whether it was 1991 or 1992? Are you going to remember whether it was 2022, 23 or 21? You're not going to care. So just get in. But lending,
Yeah, but lending is where it's been pretty easy, and I think that's where the difficulty lies ahead for people. That lending is just going to get a little bit harder, because if they do want to change the strength of the marketplace or the speed of the marketplace, the banks have the power to do that. We don't have any control over that. So to answer the question, or to surmise the question, buy now or wait. If you buy now, I don't think we're in any risk of the market going down for a second, but I think you're in risk of having tougher lending restrictions ahead of you in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, 18 months' time. So there's quite a few little angles to take.
if the bank's going to give you the money, take it with, and they think you're fit and well, take it with both hands and buy something. If the shit hits the fan, you can always rent it.
Yep.
Live with family, rent it out, stuff like that.
Definitely.
So in a nutshell, that's my piece. I'm going to leave you beautiful guys to it. Hopefully you didn't take over the show.
Thank you, Mr. Novak. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's been a funny time in the market. It's been ever changing, but I think that's what we're seeing more often than not at the moment, is that the media are controlling the sentiment with a lot of people following what they say because they're not on the ground. I think at the moment, no change in the market in terms of a downward spiral that maybe people are talking about. I think Nathan and I across both sides of the industry a little bit, we've got a fairly good understanding of what's happening in the current day. And yeah, we're seeing strength.
It's quite interesting. If you're looking at it between a commercial and a residential perspective, it's like, I think, yes, residential has definitely had its run. And with such, there's a lot of more or less, I'd say, demand over the supply that there is for commercial. But I think people are getting a little bit of itchy feet and wanting to, explore their portfolio a little bit more diverse now and enter that commercial realm.
Yep.
And it's definitely, we can see based on just the simple figures of a property, for instance, we've got on the market currently, the amount of interest it's just generated in a short span of 7 to borderline 14 days. It's people wanting to get into that sort of market. And not even so much just investors. A lot of the time, it's owner-occupiers who are looking to a bit of a change, and then wanting to see where that asset can take them down the line. And it's then looking to potentially become an investor, having that property then occupied by another tenancy. So it's cool. It's exciting times.
Yeah.
I don't say there's ever a time to not want to obviously explore the market and want to buy something. But yes, there will be factors that will make it a little bit more challenging, such as lending being the primary factor here. But if you've got the opportunity to, as Mark said, and the bank's willing and able to, and see you fit, by all means.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think that's in a nutshell, guys. I hope that's given you something to think about. If you're looking to purchase, the longer you wait, the harder it will likely become with your lending. So save up your deposit. If you're a first-time buyer or a young person in the market, get your deposit ready, get your pre-approvals in place, and get the banks saying yes before they start saying no to a lot more people. So that's probably the 2 cents of the day.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right.
Amplo, thank you so much. Pleasure to have you on Valentine's Day.
Our little date this evening, Nate.
I love it.
And thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.